Hi guys, my name's John Evans. I've been taking people out in the Adirondack wilderness for almost 30 years. It seems like longer in a way and shorter in some other. This is Blue. He's a Tennessee Walker. He's a great horse. You know what? This guy right here, Samson, he's actually a spotted saddle driver. They're both over 16 hands. They carry a fairly good sized guy. Brody here. You're gonna get jealous. And Bob. What about Bob? Bob's another Tennessee Walker. Brody, a little bit of mixture of a few things. All good horses though. This is Patches. When they eat Miss Critters God ever put on the planet. Walking through the woods with him is like walking down a smorgasbord. But now one of these horses that I had for probably less than 8-10 years. This is Blackjack, a little Morgan. That belonged to a good friend of mine, and all four of his daughters won all their 4-H programs, both English and Western, everything. JR is another Tennessee Walker, over 16 hands. Had him about 12 years. He's a great horse. They all got good dispositions. Every one of my horses I trust. It's pretty easy to fit people's personality. If people are nervous, it's easy enough to put a lead rope, whether it's a young, 6-year-old or even somebody in their 20s. We've led a lot of people. A lot of people are nervous, have never been on a horse before. They're really a great bunch, and there's no really more relaxing way to see the Adirondacks, to see the woods. You don't have to watch where you're walking. We go into a couple ponds that are 5 miles, 5.5. If you need more information, I'm going to show you a couple more horses. Cinnamon. Generally all summer long we go through a couple 100 pounds of carrots a week. The kids like to feed them. Not quite as much as the horses like to eat them, but it's a nice treat for the day. This is Bones. Great mixture of a quarter horse and God only knows what. Cody, I wouldn't forget you, pal. Nope. Jasper. They're both great horses. Had them both for a lot of years. Actually, one came from a friend's stable, and Jasper was actually a rescue that friends of mine had gotten. You can see the size of him. He rides and drives. This is one of the things I'd like to get involved with more, with some of the paraplegics and stuff that like to get out in the woods some. But they also make saddles now for paraplegics, which I'm looking forward to getting. You look at the shape of their halters this time of year, you can tell they're bored when they're not riding a lot and they just tug on each other's halters. So they're shredded. But we have some beautiful lakes to ride to. Our hour ride's real nice. But packing a lunch or doing a barbecue at a lake, you can look through my Facebook and I'll tell you a little bit more. Jack, he seems like he's been around forever. He belongs to some good friends of mine that had a stable, and he hasn't missed a beat. Like all the rest of the guys I have here, I trust every one of them. Every one of them, I've never had a horse in this barn that had a mean bone in his body. And how could I have gone through that and can't make it stop? I don't even care.
She's the bag lady. She's crumbling things, making us.
The bag lady. That's right.
That's a great.
Right. The bag lady. Sorry.
Ready?
I am.
Okay. Well, I replenished my carrots. Kind of hard to keep their attention right here on it. This guy here is a paint. His name's Cisco. He's a great horse. A really great paint. I've had him all 15 years or better. A lot of my horses are asked for by the people that row with me. I have people riding with me that have kids the same age they were when they started riding with me. So, generations, I guess. I had a ride last week. There's some great ladies. a few of the dispatchers from Onondaga County, and I have to admit it was one of the most fun rides I've had. And there's no better way to relax, you know. To be in the woods, any animal, it doesn't matter what kind of animal, but any kind of animal helps anybody relax. And horses is such a beautiful way to go through the woods. And these guys all listen really well. You know, everybody gets a basic lesson before we even leave the barn. We make sure that they understand how to stop, turn, use their weight, carry their weight. But really, and if anybody, like I said earlier, if anybody's nervous about getting out on the ride, you know, we'll put a lead rope on to start. But we're really patient. I mean, we don't try to do our rides one right after the other. We put a couple hours in between our rides. And we have a good time. Right, sis? They don't like being left behind, we'll put it that way. But
How can we get a hold of you?
all you got to do is get a hold of me. Is my webpage is adkhorse.com. My Facebook is Adirondack Saddle Tours. And there's a lot of neat things to do in the area besides just horseback ride. You know, there's kayaking, museums, just a tremendous lot of things in our area to enjoy. Phone number, if you're in New York State or the surrounding states, is just 1-800-HORSEBACK, and Florida. In other states, the area code is 315-390-4005. If you get a busy, please try back. And my email is adkhorse@gmail. I hope to see you sometime. Come enjoy a beautiful, relaxing ride through the Adirondack wilderness. And I do different discounts, you know, with the military and anybody that has any kind of disability. Feel free to give us a call. We'll work with anybody. We'll make it work.